evening, everybody, and welcome into Shop Social TV. I'm your host, Lou, and I'm going to be here with you for the next 2 hours till 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you've never joined us here before, we are a TV shopping channel, and we sell all kinds of different products here. You have 3 different ways to order from us. We're going to show you a phone number in just a little while. You can call the number and speak to one of our operators if you see a product that you like. We have a website you can go to, shopsstv.com, and we also put up a unique QR code for every single item that you're going to see here tonight, meaning if you scan it, it will take you to a page for that very item. Now, we accept all major credit cards. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee here, and we're very easy to work with, okay? So let's dive into our very first item here, and these are JBL headphones. They're sport headphones. They come in the blue color you see right here. You also have a choice of a few other colors on these as well. You've got the blue that you're seeing right there. There's a white, and there's also the beautiful pink on there. Oh, and the black, sorry, and the black as well. So a nice choice of colors, nice selection for everybody out there. Now, the price on these is the big deal, okay? First of all, brand name JBL, everybody knows them. Number 2, $34.99 tonight, okay? $34.99 with free shipping and handling right here at Shop Social TV. So for that price, that is a crazy price for a gift, for a stocking stuffer, for something just for yourself, headphones to wear to the gym, to the beach, going for your walks, whatever it is that you do, these are perfect for that. Now, when you look at these right here, it comes with the carrying case that you see right there. This is all rubberized on the outside, so it feels really, really nice. If I open the lid, you're going to notice there's a little LED light on the front of this, and that LED light is an indicator of how much power this has, okay? Now, I was just looking through the directions for this, and it says that you get 10 hours of talk time or listening to music on these and 150 hours of standby time. So that is absolutely crazy. The way these get charged is you just drop them into the case, and the case is actually molded to hold on to these. And you're going to notice there's a little LED light on the side here that's flashing. That little LED light is letting you know what mode it's in, meaning if it's flashing red and blue, it's in pairing mode. It's looking for your cell phone. So all you do is connect these to a cell phone and they immediately start working. The sound on these is amazing. It's crystal clear. And this also has a function called Clear Call on it. And what Clear Call does is it gives you the ability to make phone calls even in a very loud environment. It has what they call automatic noise cancellation. So the automatic noise cancellation is not going to block out sounds from the outside necessarily. What it's going to do though is eliminate those sounds from what your caller is going to hear. So if I'm talking to you on the phone and I'm on a busy street and I'm walking around, there's traffic, there's cars, I mean, the kind of thing where you would never make a phone call from that place. Now you can, because you don't have to worry about the background noise. If you're at a sporting event, even a concert, if there's all that noise in the background and you get on the phone, people aren't going to hear all that. So I'm going to put one of them in my ear here. Let me see if I grab the right one. Nope, I grabbed the wrong one. Hold on. You know why? Because this is backwards. I'm looking at it backwards. Now, the tips that are on here are removable. We give you a set of 3 different size tips, small, medium, and large. So depending on the size of your ear canal, you can pop that off and put on the one that's going to be the most comfortable for you. By the way, you also get a charging cord with this. You can charge these with any USB charger out there, okay? So I'm going to put this guy in my ear right here just to let you see. And check this out. The way that this fits in your ear, it goes right down the side like that, and that's actually the microphone. There are 4 microphones in these, okay? There's 2 of them in each one of the earpieces, as you see right there. I like these because I think they're really discreet, okay? Sometimes you'll see them that they actually fit inside the ear. I don't really like those as much. I like these because they're both inside and outside at the same time. See that? And you can see the way that looks. Now, there is an area right here on this where if I touch it, I can start music, I can stop music. If I do a long press, it'll skip tracks. In fact, it just did. Yeah, I heard a beep in my ear when I did that. If you press and hold, it'll actually skip tracks. But you just walk around with these in there, and now you've got total control. Not to mention the fact that these will work with your Siri or Google. If you want to talk to Google, it can do that as well. I'm hoping my phone's not going to pick up right now. I think it's going to, because I just said the magic word. But you could use it for those too. If you want to ask questions, if you want to get directions, these are going to help you do all of that, okay? Now, the big deal, as I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, it's the price on these, okay? You cannot beat that price of $34.99 for a name brand that's got the noise cancellation on these. And I understand not everybody out there wears earbuds, but I want you to think, and I always talk about this with you folks when you're watching us here on TV, that it's not just about you. Sometimes it's your grandkids, sometimes it's niece and nephew, sometimes it's your children. This is the kind of gift you could give them and they're going to absolutely love it. Now, this price at $34.99, this makes a nice gift to give to a coworker or a Secret Santa or a white elephant or something like that. That is not a very expensive pair of headphones, and yet you're getting full features with that name brand behind it, okay? Now, the directions that come with this are very comprehensive. I just want to read something off of here. Okay, so this says call playtime. I'm sorry, I was wrong before. I said 10 hours. It says about 8 hours of call playtime with standby time of 150 hours. The other thing that I think that's unique about these two is that you can charge these, I believe, for 10 minutes and get 2 hours of time off of these headsets. So think about that. If you come home, you've been wearing them all day, and you want to go out again, you just take it out, you drop it into the charger just like that, close that lid, and now that's charging. That's all you got to do. And the neat thing about this is the case is rechargeable. So when you use this cord to plug it in, by the way, I don't know if anybody knows this, but it's noticed this, but it's Florida Gator colors. I don't know why. They're all different colors, by the way. You get your choice, as we mentioned, black, white, pink, or the blue that you see right here. But you can plug these in and recharge this case. You can fully charge these headphones, these earbuds, from 0 to 100% 3 full times, okay? So that's 3 days worth, really, if you think about it. If you're listening to music for 8 hours a day, that's 3 days worth of charge that you're going to be able to have coming off of these, charging them over and over and over again. Now, just want to mention everybody who's joining us right now, the reason that we call our show Shop Social TV is that we simulcast our show on Facebook as well, okay? And we have people that jump into our chat every Tuesday and Thursday night. Those are the nights we're on the air right now, Tuesday and Thursday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. We have people who jump into our chat and they'll get in there and they talk amongst themselves, and they ask me questions, and I actually have a screen in front of me where I can read everything that anybody types to me, okay? So it's kind of like having a phone line, a testimonial line, but I can read it. So give us a call right now at 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712. Place your orders for this for $34.99. These would make an outstanding gift, especially with the different colors that we have. Pink for your granddaughters and nieces, or the little girls in your life, and then you've got the blue for the boys out there. But then again, maybe they like black, maybe they like white, especially if there's somebody. These work with iPhones, by the way, as well. Doesn't matter if they're using an Android or an Apple product. It's going to work with all of those. These are just really great. Even tablets, if they've got an iPad or they've got an Android tablet, they'll work with those. They work with computers. If they go to the library to do work and they can't have music playing, or they can't sit there and listen to watching a video on their laptop and they can't listen to it, they can hear it on their earbuds, okay, on these JBL earbuds, okay? They really are a great value at $34.99. This is the kind of thing, as we're getting closer and closer to Christmas, it's getting harder and harder to ship goods here to the United States, unfortunately, and it's taking longer and longer for them to arrive here. We're even starting to see the effects of this with some of the products that we sell here, where, we order them and they're taking much longer to get to us, and they're getting more expensive. But here's the thing. These we got a while ago, and so at $34.99, that price we're holding it there. I'm not raising that price, and you're getting the free shipping on these as well. So this is just an amazing, amazing deal. Call 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712. Give us a call or go to our website, shopsstv.com, and take a look at the depth and the breadth of the products that we have there, because we got a lot of products that we sell, and you can see all kinds of neat things, things for yourself, gifts for people in your life. We have all sorts of stuff that we sell here at Shop Social TV. Now, we talked about this earlier. There's 3 ways that you can buy from us, okay? I gave you the phone number a second ago. I just talked about the website. The third way is you can go to that QR code that you see on the screen right there, and all you have to do, it's crazy simple. Take out your cell phone, open it up. Then you open the camera app, and you just point it at your TV screen. Once you do that, you're going to see that a website address is going to appear on the screen. You just press that, and that's going to take you to the website, our website, but not just our website, to the very page for this product. So if our phones are busy, and that has been happening lately where we're just getting so many phone calls that our operators are all busy, jump to the front of the line, use the QR code, get in there and just order this. Remember, you got nothing to lose here at Shop Social TV, okay? Because we take all your major credit cards and we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. So, you know, get the product home, try it out, see what you think about it, and then, you know, if you don't like it, you can always send it back to us. But I'll tell you what, for this price, I have a hard time believing anybody's going to get this home, put these in their ears, listen to them, and say, you know what, I don't really like the way these sound, because they sound spectacular, okay? And I've made some phone calls with these as well, and I think the voice quality on these is very, very good, all right? Especially the noise cancellation feature on this. That's something that you don't get with all of your headphones out there, and that's why they have 4 microphones, too, for the folks that don't know that, because what they do is they listen for your voice, but then they're also listening for ambient sound around you, and then they block out that ambient sound, but let your voice go through, okay? And it just sounds that much better for people on the other end of the phone. It's just way easier for them to understand what you're saying, what you're talking about, what's going on, all right? So we're gonna spend a few more minutes on this. We might move on in just a moment to one of our other items in just a few seconds, because we've had people asking about our next item in the recent days, because we haven't sold this one probably, I want to say, in 2 weeks. This is a very popular item out there that we're going to be going to in a second. So last call on this. These are the JBL Sports Bluetooth earbuds. They will connect to any phone, Android, Apple. They'll connect to your tablets, your iPads. They'll connect to laptops. It doesn't matter. You've got the noise cancellation for the voice on this. Got a super long talk time in these, and even longer standby time of 150 hours. You got a choice of colors, black, blue, white, or the pink on these. This is a great deal. And of course, with everything here at Shop Social TV, you are not paying for the shipping. Shipping and handling is always free here at Shop Social TV, okay? So let's move on now. We're gonna go to our next item. I'm gonna show you a little secret about this next item that's coming up right now. And that's the quality of the camera that you're gonna get from this item, okay? I'm talking about a dash cam. It's a high definition dash cam that records in 1080p. So that's high, not just high definition, it's high definition progressive format, which means that you're not getting that weird interlacing that happens on some other older cameras. This one, you can see the colors are absolutely gorgeous on this. It comes with everything you need to install this in your vehicle, and this one is kind of special because it also comes with a backup camera that you can use, or you don't have to use it. But I'm going to tell you right now that the price on this is so good, I don't think it matters if you need that backup camera or not, because literally the price on this is good. So let's show everybody right there, $64.99 for this high definition dash cam that you're buying right now. Full 1080p, comes with the backup camera that you can wire in to your backup lights if your car doesn't have one. Now, a lot of people out there are saying, Lou, I got a backup camera, I don't need that. Don't even worry about it then, because at $64.99, the price on this is so good, totally worth the price of admission, okay? So let's take a look at this guy right here, okay? First of all, notice the design of this. Kind of reminds me of a retro old-fashioned camera, which I think is a really cool thing. It has a giant lens on the front of it right there, and that's a good thing, because you definitely want to be able to have that lens collecting as much light as possible. It has infrared light built into it as well, so at night, even if you're in pitch darkness with your headlights off, this is still going to be able to see things in front of you. It does come with a suction cup mount, so you can just mount it right to your windshield wherever you want it, and it'll just stay there. And it's totally, you can move it around, you can adjust the angle, forward, backwards, anything on here. You can go side to side with this, whatever it is that you need to do, all right? You're also going to receive the power cord for this. Now, you notice that the power cord on this one is made to go into a power port on a car, what we used to call in the olden times a cigarette lighter, okay? You know, you can plug this in. You've got a super long cord. It's like a 12-foot cord that's on here, okay? So you can run this over your visors. I mean, wherever you want to run it, get it out of the way, the cord, and then just plug this in wherever you need to, okay? So that's a nice feature. The other thing is it runs off of just regular USB power. Now, what I mean by that is if you have a long USB cord that you want to use and you plug it into this, you just run that around and plug that into one of the USB outlets in your car, and it's going to draw power from that. That's what I do in my vehicles. I've got the USB adapter that runs around, and I like to use that. Let me show everybody the back of this real quick before we show the footage again, because I want you to see the size of the screen that's on the back of this, okay? The screen on the back of this is 4 inches wide, all right? Now, I have a massive cell phone in my pocket right now, and that's a 6.5-inch screen, I want to say. So this is almost as big as the biggest cell phones that are on the market right now. You can see the quality of the image that you get from this. I mean, look at this. Look how good or how bad it looks when I'm in front of it. But I mean, look at the quality of the picture that you see from this. Now, this also records sound. So you have the option of recording sound or not recording sound. That's absolutely up to you. You don't have to record sound if you don't want to. You know, but if that's one of those things where you're like, I want to hear what's going on in the car, I want to hear, like, if I have an accident, if there's screeching tires or, you know, what siren or whatever, you can have the sound on, but you have the option to turn it off as well if you want to. But look at the size of that image on there. Now, don't think that that has to be on all the time, because there are settings inside of this where you can go into the menu and you can tell it, you know what, I don't want that on all the time. What I want is I want this to turn off after 30 seconds, after a minute, and it will. It'll keep recording, but you can turn it off. Now, on the side of this, there are all these buttons on the side here, mode, up, down. What's that one say right there? That's the OK button and the power button if you hold it down. And then you've got the menu button. So if I press the menu button, now it goes into the menu on this. And here's the cool thing about this. I hate reading directions, okay? I just feel like nobody writes directions well. But this is one of those products that's so intuitive that all you've got to do is just go into the menu and you press that button. It even makes a sound. Listen. So you can tell that you've actually pushed the button, and you know that it's a tactile thing, that you've actually pushed the button in far enough. If I press the mode button again, we're going to exit out of that. We're going to go back to the camera eventually. There we go. Right back out to the camera on that guy. But you can adjust all the settings on there. But I'm not even done telling you about everything that this does, okay? Let me go down the list on this, okay? So this has a 24-hour parking monitoring mode as well. All right, and the parking monitoring mode on this means that, let's say you're going away on a trip and you park at the airport and you're not going to see your cars for a couple days. You can actually, I'm trying to level that out. There we go. You can actually set this so that it will either record in a time lapse, which means that every few seconds it's going to record a burst for a video just for a little while. So everything that it shoots is going to look like it's in fast motion, but that's okay. There's plenty of detail there to see it. Or it'll do automatic recording if anybody walks into your vehicle or if a car hits your vehicle. Like while it's in the parking space, if somebody backs into it. Kathy says I look awesome on camera on Facebook. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate you saying that because I wonder sometimes. But yeah, so if somebody backs into your car, it'll automatically start recording and let you see who the person was that did that, okay? So you'll basically know if any shenanigans happen while your car is parked someplace. Now, the other thing about this camera, and let's roll that video if you don't mind, because I want to show you something about this video which is interesting. This camera has both wide dynamic range and high dynamic range, okay? And what that basically means is that the high and light areas of this, in terms of the exposure, are going to be equally looking good. Okay, notice how you can see the clouds, and you can see not just the white parts of the clouds, but the dark parts of the clouds. You see the blue of the sky. But then when you look down at the ground, you see everything on the ground as well. You can see the details in the pavement. You can see detail in those trees that are in the shadows, that are in the shade. That right there is the sign of a great camera, not to mention how well it reproduces colors, okay? Because you could see right here, I'm getting onto, and I actually did this a few weeks ago when we started selling this, and I took it for a drive in my vehicle, and you could just see, you know, how clear the picture is, how crystal clear, how smooth it is too. That's the other crazy thing. I mean, my truck's got great suspension, but holy cow, this looks like it's on a Steadicam just rolling down the highway, all right? Now, when you get close enough to people, you can read license plates very, very easily, about the same distance that you would with your car. But notice you can read the signs when we go there. Pinellas Park, Gandy Boulevard, you can read that as we went underneath. You can see the speed limit signs. You can see traffic signs. I mean, you can see everything. So the reason you want a dash cam, and I usually say this at the beginning of the presentation, but tonight I kind of started a different way, is that people lie. So, and I say this as somebody that worked in law enforcement for 23 years, okay? People lie. When somebody gets in trouble, their gut instinct is, you know what, I got to get out of this. And so they'll say whatever they have to, usually, to get, not everybody, but enough people that, you know, I've seen enough car accidents and different boating accidents and things like that, where the first thing people will say is they'll claim that, you know, this person did this and that person did that. Well, you know, if somebody's got a camera rolling, it's not he said, she said kind of thing, okay? It's let's look at the videotape, because you can't argue with the videotape, all right? And this is, I'll tell you something, you know, you might be somebody out there, maybe you don't drive anymore. Maybe you're one of those people that you said, no, I'm not driving anymore. Maybe you take mass transit or anything like that. Do your kids drive? Do your grandkids drive? Do your nieces and nephews drive? You know, do you have somebody in your life that recently started going to college? When I went to college, I had to drive 3.5 hours away from my home to get to school on the highway, all right? We didn't have dash cams back then. So that wasn't an option for me. But I'll tell you what, if I was a parent today, right now, there is nothing that I wouldn't do to give my kid a dash cam to make sure that they were able to be protected by it. Because at the end of the day, that's really all they're for, is protecting you from your you know, claims made against your insurance that are unjust, that aren't true. These are going to help you with that as well. So give us a call. It's $64.99 with free shipping. Now, I have a dash cam that I bought a while ago, about a year ago actually. When I say a while ago, in my world, that's a while ago, a year ago, okay? 1 year ago. And the dash cam I bought a year ago did not have all these features. Had a lot of them. Certainly didn't come with the backup camera. But it had a lot of the features that you see here. For $64.99, I paid over $100 with mine, and I paid for shipping on top of it, okay? So to be able to get this guy right here, not pay for shipping, okay, and get this amazing price of $64.99. I mean, you've seen, now at this point, you've seen the video a couple times. So we know what the quality of this video looks like, all right? When you look at the video on this, you can tell this is a really good camera. But it's also a very slim camera. If I turn this sideways and you look at the form factor, look how tiny that is, how slim that is. Now, the biggest thing on here, it's going to be that lens, but that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. They're doing that with cell phones too. You'll notice that cell phones now, on the back of the cell phones, they got a big camera hump. And that's because they're putting larger sensors in them. And they need to do that because, number one, a larger sensor collects more light, but it also gives you a more detailed image. Well, that's what's going on here. This is collecting more light, and it's giving you a more detailed image, but you're getting that slim profile on the rest of this. Not to mention the fact that you get the gigundous screen on there as well. I'm going to turn it the other way because actually it's easier for this thing to work if it's facing that way. Look at that. All right, so you could see the size of that screen right there. You could see everything about this. Let me get that cord out of the way. I mean, that's what I like about these. And you can see a lot of detail in these. That's the big deal with this, is you can see a ton of detail. Maybe more detail of me than you really want to see, but you can see the detail in this, and that's the thing. Now, the other thing I want to demonstrate is I want to show you the nighttime feature on this as well. Is Lee out here, or is he in the control room? Where is Lee? There's Lee. Can you bring me the remotes for the lights? Because I want to show everybody something really cool about this camera. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate you. Okay. I want to show everybody how you can do night vision on this. If I turn the lights off in our studio, you're going to see in just a second how amazing the night vision is on this camera. Now, right now, what you're seeing is, you know, driving footage during the daytime. You know, I really need to go out and shoot some nighttime footage, and I apologize. I haven't done it. I need to do it and transfer the footage. By the way, you have to buy an SD card for this, okay? Full disclosure, you have to buy an SD card. But here's the thing. We don't sell one with it because simply it's an added cost, number one, but also there's so many different sizes that people want to use. And people definitely have like their favorites depending on the brand. So, and they're not expensive. You can pick them up anywhere online. They're not hard to get your hands on, okay? But when you look at this right here, notice how it's got kind of a green tint to it, okay? That's basically the equivalent of night vision goggles, because there is a not ultraviolet, there is an infrared light that's built into this. I can't see it. Infrared's at a frequency where human eyes can't pick it up, so I can't see it, but it's on. And what's neat about that is if somebody's outside your car at night, remember how I said it has that parking mode? The camera senses if it's dark out, it automatically turns on the infrared. If somebody bangs into your car, hits your car with their car, just kicks it or whatever, it's going to activate the camera. And even though they can't see your camera because it's pitch black, or they think that, you know what, nobody can see me because I'm in the dark, guess what? You can see them, because look at this. Everything behind me looks green, but that's just like night vision goggles. That's exactly what they look like, okay? So you can really see the difference there. I mean, like, look at that. You can see and there's no lights on in the studio right now. This is total darkness, and yet you can see tremendous detail. All right, let's bring those lights back on, and you're going to see the difference, how it's going to transition to color that quickly. Did I turn them all on? Yeah, I did. Okay. Sometimes it's hard for me to tell, but I did turn them all on. But you could just see right there how amazing the quality is of this dash cam. You know, but again, you know, sometimes it's all about the deal, all right? Price, price, price. When you look at this camera here, and remember, I was talking about this earlier. I don't want to beat this drum all night long, but there's some weird stuff going on in the world, that especially when it comes to getting products shipped to the United States right now. The amount of time it's taking, even deliveries, like people are ordering products and it's taking longer than we anticipated it would for certain things, because they're so popular. It's hard to get a hold of them sometimes. But you know, that's why I say, if you see a price like this right now, I can't guarantee that the next time we order these, this is going to keep this price. I can't guarantee that it's going to stay $64.99 forever. All right, but right now, right here at this exact moment in time, if you dial the toll-free number, won't even cost you a penny to call in. 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712. You, my friends, are going to be able to get this camera with the backup camera, if you need it, for $64.99 with free shipping. Now, watch what's going on here. I love this portion of the video because I'm getting off an exit ramp right now. And I'm following this guy with the white car. Two things I notice about this guy right off the bat. He's got a paper tag, so it's a temporary license plate on there. That number one is a little sketchy for me, okay? And listen, I bought new cars where they gave me a paper tag too, but usually within 30 days, those are gone, okay? I got a feeling this one might have been on there a little longer than 30 days. All right, so that's number one. Number two, watch what happens here. So we come up to the yield. He didn't really yield. He just sort of blasted through that. And then, as soon as he gets around the corner, he jams on his brakes and throws on his signal, right? And I'm like behind him, and I got awfully, awfully close to him. So you got to wonder, you know, in that situation, if I had rear-ended him, who was going to be at fault? Now, typically, it's the person who does the hitting from the back. They're the people that usually are at fault when it comes to a rear-end collision. However, there can be extenuating circumstances. If the person, you know, had jammed on their brakes on purpose, like a brake check, or like he did, they decided that, oh, I forgot I need to turn here, and at the last second they just, you know, go through the motions of turning on their blinker and jamming the brakes on. And the funny thing is, on camera it looks like there was more distance than there was. He waited till the absolute last moment to turn that blinker on and make that turn. So anyway, this is the kind of thing that you want to have in your vehicle so that you can avoid all those situations where if you get into an accident, you know, because the first thing insurance companies do is say no. That's number one. So they're going to say no. No matter what you say, they're going to say no. But if you have a video and you show it to them and say, here's the video evidence, prima facie evidence of what actually happened, they can't argue with that, okay? So we've got 2 minutes left on this before we move on. Remember, 3 different ways that you can shop with us. You can use our phone number, 888-247-8712. You can use our website, shopsstv.com, or use that QR code down there in the corner. It's the quickest way to get to the front of the line so that you're not having to wait for somebody to answer the phone. Not that our people make you wait often, but sometimes when we get busy. This item's been very, very popular for us for the last month. So, you know, if this is something you're looking at and you're thinking, you know, my granddaughter could use this, my grandson, my niece, my nephew, my kids, this is great for them. Or if you're somebody that drives every single day, you commute by car every single day, it's only a matter of time till something happens, okay? Get a camera, put it in the car. Remember, this one, all the great features, infrared light here, big lens on this guy. If I slim profile on here, if I turn it around this way, you're going to see it's got the giant 4-inch screen on the back. You do have the very long power cord that you can plug into your power port or cigarette lighters, we used to call it. You've got the backup camera, which I haven't talked about too much. Most people have. It's funny, one of my friends bought one from us about 2-3 weeks ago. I know she got it. She got it delivered. We talked about it. I said I was going to go over and help her wire this. She hasn't asked me yet, but I want to help her wire this up so she can actually see the image from this in her car. And that just attaches right into the camera itself, and then you run this to the back. But like if you've already got a backup camera, don't even worry about that, because this price is so good at $64.99. This is probably $40 to $50 cheaper than any other dash cam with these features that you're going to find out there. Okay, folks? So that's it for this one. We're going to move on to our next item right now. But yeah, if you're into the dash cam, by all means, please give us a call at 888-247-8712 and place your orders right now. Lee's pointing. Oh, Lee's telling me to go somewhere else. I just walked across the set for no reason. This is what I do, though, sometimes here. By the way, we're simulcasting right now. I think I got taller. That's kind of weird. No, I'm just looking at the camera. Oh, there we go. Okay. No, I'm not as tall as I thought. By the way, we're simulcasting on both Facebook and YouTube right now. And if you go to Facebook and you search Shop Social TV, okay, you're going to find our page on Facebook. There is a chat going on right now on Facebook. Please jump in. Talk to us. Ask me questions about the products. You know, you can say things to me and I'll read them right here, you know, nothing too crazy, but you can say things to me on the Facebook chat. I'm looking at it right now. I can see it all day long. All right. Now, remember before I said it's not always about you? This is about you, okay? And this is about you taking care of yourself. And I'm talking about giving yourself better mobility, giving yourself better circulation, getting rid of your aches and pains. We're talking about a portable massage gun right here, okay? If you've never seen one of these are all the rage, okay? You know, if you're one of those people out there that's got aches and pains, I'm finding as I'm getting older, man, I get a new ache or a new pain every single day. Well, this is going to help you. So when you buy this, you're going to receive the massage gun you see right here. It comes with 4 different heads on here. There are 5 speed options. Actually, it's so weird. It says 5 speed options. It's really 6 speed options. This is totally rechargeable with any USB port, any USB charger. So any device that you can plug it into, whether it's a charger for your cell phone or now a lot of the outlets that you get and extension cords have USB plugs in them. This will plug into those. And it has a touch panel on the back of it. So if I turn this on, if I press and hold the power button just like that, okay, if I press it one time, you're going to see it's going to show me the battery percentage. Right there it just said that it's at 63%, okay? If I press and hold the button, now it's starting to go through the different modes, okay? And there's, as I mentioned, 6 modes. 1, 2, every time I press it, it goes up 1. And I'll show you the different modes all the way up to 6. Press it again, it goes to all the way to the bottom. And then if you press and hold, it turns off. Now, you're getting a variety of different heads with this, okay? So let's start with this guy right here. This is for your joints. If you have aches and pains in your joints, this pointed tip right there, it's blunted, don't worry, it's not sharp, but you can use that and put that in the tip of this, okay? Then we've got the large foam ball. By the way, these just fit right in the end just like that. So how easy that was for me to slide that in there, okay? The large tip that comes with this is for your bigger muscle groups, your large muscle groups, okay? This flat tip you can use just about anywhere. They call that kind of like the general tip, where you can just put that on anything, anywhere, and that's going to feel wonderful. And that does have little divots in it right there as well that are going to help with the massage. And then this guy, the Y-shaped one right here, that one is for your back, around your spine, okay, going up and down the vertebrae, okay? Now, this is not a medical device, guys, and I always tell anybody out there, you know, check with your doctor to make sure that they say, like, yes, you can use a massage gun. But I'm going to tell you, I found out about these years ago from my personal trainer at the time. One day he got one that he bought somewhere and he paid a ton of money for it. He gave it to me and he was like, dude, you got to try this out, okay? So he brought it to our session, and I'm going to tell you something. The difference that it made on my sore legs was amazing. So now watch this. You can see the way that's hitting my hand, and it's kind of like a little punching bag. Now notice, it doesn't look like it's going very fast, but watch this. When I press, look at that. And you can actually hear this working. Now here's what's interesting about this. This uses what they call quiet glide technology. So you're not actually hearing this part of it. You're not hearing the motor. What you're actually hearing is the sound of that hitting my hand. Okay? So it's not the actual machine that's making the noise. It's the palm of my hand that's making that noise when I use this. So if I put this on my forearm, on the muscle on my forearm, I mean, you can literally see, look what that's doing to my arm. And that's getting in there and really doing a job on the muscles in there. And it's interesting what they say about these, because what it's really doing is it's giving a deep tissue massage. It's the kind of thing that you can't do by yourself. Like this, you'd have to have somebody else with strong hands to be doing this. But now you can get a massage anytime, anywhere when you use this, okay? It targets your sore muscles. It helps improve circulation, believe it or not. Again, not a medical device, but it helps improve circulation, and it gets rid of aches and pains. You know, if you got sore muscles, maybe you lifted something a little funny and now your back hurts, you know, try this on it. Again, I mean, there are some pains it's not going to get rid of, but just overall, I always find that a nice massage is just a really, really good way to do that. Now, I'm going to turn around. We did this last time. I put this on my back. When I put this on my back, oh my goodness, it feels so amazing on my shoulder blades, on my trapezius muscles up here on top of my shoulders. Can you see that, Kelly, the way that thing is just beating me? It feels amazing. I think you can hear it in my voice too. I mean, that just feels absolutely incredible. But it's the kind of thing that you can do yourself when you're at home. The speeds on this are totally adjustable, as I mentioned, and you got a little something for every part of the body on here too. You know, now, this is one of those gift ideas. And I know I'm talking about gifts a lot tonight, but when you look at the price on this for $44.99, think about what you're getting. You're getting the massage gun itself. And by the way, when you get this home and you feel this, this is substantial. Like, it feels really, really solid. Sometimes I'll pick up a product and I'll be like, wow, that feels flimsy, you know? And if it feels flimsy, it probably is flimsy. This feels very robust. It is very, very solid. I think it's very good looking too. Totally portable. You can throw this in your luggage, take this with you. Okay, you do get the 4 tips on this. You get the ball tip on there. You get that pointy tip. You're going to get the flat head on this, and you're also going to get the one for the vertebrae on your spine. This feels amazing no matter where you use this, okay? I love the fact that it's rechargeable. No batteries to replace in this whatsoever. All you've got to do is just take that cord and plug it into any USB device, and it's absolutely going to fill this up with power and let you use it wherever you go. And again, remember, you're getting 6 speeds on this, okay? Because there's some people out there that they can't go, like I go right to 6, you know? If it had a 7, I'd probably do that, okay? But there's a lot of people out there that are like, you know, I'm more of a 1 person, you know, or I'm a 2. You know, you'll find out pretty quickly when you start using it. And to change the tips, all you do is just pull it out like that. Very simple to do. I'm going to put in the flathead on here, just like that. And then, again, press and hold the button on the back, turns it back on. Now, right now I've got it on the low speed, but even at low speed, I mean, you can see the way that that is just pummeling my hand right there. And remember, the flat tip on this is not just for big muscle groups, it's for any muscle group. So let's say you did have a pain in your hand. This is a great way to use that little tip that's on there. This one is a hard tip, whereas the foam, I wouldn't call it soft, but it's more pliable than anything else. Hey, our friend Judy just joined the chat, everybody. Kathy's in there, Judy's in there. We're getting the whole crowd together. We're getting the band back together, guys. We're getting the band back together. Just take a look at the way that is just massaging my palm right now. You know what's a weird thing? I'm going to switch hands real quick. I've been having this issue. Hi, up close and personal. I've been having this issue lately where I've been getting pain in my hand. I don't know if that means that I'm starting to get arthritis or what's going on. I mean, you can tell by looking at me that I'm a young, virile man. But I am starting to get some pain in my hand. And I have found that doing this is actually helping. It actually helps relieve that pain a little bit for me. And again, it's not a medical device at all. But if it'll help relieve the symptoms, I am down for that all day long, okay? And right now, this is just 1. So I have this on number 1. I'll show you the back of it right there. You can see that. And notice that every time I press that, it's going to go up 1. Now, it looks like it's not moving hard. Remember what I said, the minute you put pressure on it, it takes off, okay? And that's done for a reason, because you don't want it to start out hard when it hits your back, because it's going to be too jarring. So you just lay it against your back like that. It's kind of gentle at that point, and then you press. And then it just goes to town. Man, and it gets in there, and it just starts working. Wow. And you know what's nice about this, too? You ever have somebody give you a massage, and like they go for like a couple minutes, and you're like, you know, could you keep going? If they can't keep going, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, that this will go and go and go, because I've been had this on the entire time we've been going now, and we're probably about, I don't know, 10 minutes into this presentation, and this thing is just going, going, going. Now, of course, whatever speed you put this on, it's going to last longer on the lower speeds, but you know what? Like I said, if it went up to 7, I would go 7. 6 is the highest. I'm going to go to the 6, and you can just hear that working on there. Boy. Let's see. Oh, Judy says I'm still a young man, Lou. That's what she just told me. Thank you, Judy. I'm glad you feel that way. I wish my back felt that way. But yeah, thank you so much for saying that. Lee, can you check the computer in the control room? Because Kathy says her screen keeps freezing up, and I want to make sure. Actually, you know what? I can tell it's not on our end just because I'm looking. Believe it or not, the way I see what you guys are saying in the chat is I have a computer hooked up to my monitor out here on the set, and mine's not freezing up here. So, yeah, okay. So it's not freezing on our control room. So, Kathy, you may have a weird internet thing going on there. I'm sorry for that, too, because you've been with us all night long so far, the last 40 minutes. And thank you for doing that. I really appreciate that. All right, so you're getting the complete kit here, guys, as I mentioned. I'm going to turn that off for a second there. Oh, my goodness. So here's the cool thing about a massage like that. When they talk about increasing blood flow, right? After just doing that, you get like a tingling sensation, almost like an itch. Have you ever gone to the gym and worked out or gone running, right? And you get this like itch in your legs. That's blood flow. That's because your blood flow is increased and it's just surging through there. That's what I'm feeling in my hands right now. That is so cool. I love that. Oh, Judy says her screen's not freezing. I'm sorry, Kathy. Kathy's crying. She's making the crying faces, the emojis on there. Yeah, Judy's late, but she's here. Better late than never, Judy. That's what I always say. And I'm very happy that you're with us this evening. But folks, who says hi? Oh, Kelly says hi. Kelly's talking to me in my ear. Judy. Kelly says hi to you and Kathy. So order now, guys, if you're joining us. And I'm sorry for the folks watching on TV. You're like, man, gosh, who's this guy talking to? We're on Facebook as well. We're simulcasting on Facebook, hence the name Shop Social TV. We also work on social media all at the same time. We're everywhere all at once, okay? So you can catch us there. You can actually join the chat. You can meet the nice people that are in there and talk to them. You can talk to us. I mean, you can say things about me. You can talk about the products, whatever it is you want to do, okay? But if you want to order, then you need to call 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712, and talk to our beautiful, lovely operator, Mike. We have others, but Mike is my favorite. And you can talk to Mike, and you know, he'll be more than happy to take your order right now. But again, this product here is a great gift idea. It's a wonderful piece of self-care. And I feel like at this point in history, more than anything, we need a little self-care in our lives. I'm going to step out of the way so you can really see how beautiful that is. By the way, it does come with an instruction manual, as you see right there. And as it says on here, it's a myofascial physiotherapy device. Okay? No idea what any of that means. I just know that it feels good when I use this. So you're absolutely going to love this. Or if you give this as a gift to somebody in your life, they're going to love it too. Kathy's saying hi to Mike tonight. Mike's getting a shout out on the air. All right, Mike, way to go, buddy. $44.99 with free shipping and handling. Now, a few weeks ago, I was in an electronics store looking for something completely unrelated, but I was stopped in my tracks because there was a display. Judy says hi to Mike. She's actually said evening, Mike. There's a display of all massage guns, different sizes, little guys like this, big ones, but even the little ones were over $100, okay? Which I thought was crazy. And I didn't even bother to look at what the attachments were that they came with because they lost me at $100. I'm going to tell you that right now, okay? Now, I'm in a store, so obviously I'm not paying for shipping. But at $44.99, shipping on something like this would probably be like $8, $9 all day long, okay? You're not paying that here. It's $44.99 out the door, okay? You place an order tonight. We're going to put it through for processing. You know, now, typically I say that our orders take, 7 to 10 days to arrive to you, okay? Lately, it's taken a little bit longer for certain very popular items, and the reason is that I feel like all our shipping companies are just inundated right now. I don't care if it's the Postal Service or the brown guys or the other guys. It's just taken a long time for stuff to ship. So please be patient, but we do put the orders in immediately as soon as them for shipping, okay, as soon as we get the orders. So if you call tonight, but tomorrow morning you're going to get an email. It's going to say, we've got your order and it's in processing. I mean, it literally happens. Sometimes even tonight it might happen because it does happen that quickly here at Shop Social TV. So if you're just joining us, welcome into the show. My name's Lou. I've been here for 45 minutes with you. I'm going to be here for another hour and 15 minutes. We're seeing a variety of products tonight, and I think Kelly's telling me to move on. Is that what you're saying to me? She's telling me to move on. Okay. Now, don't forget, we still have the JBL Sport Bluetooth earbuds available at a super crazy price of $34.99. $34.99 with free shipping, as is everything here at Shop Social TV. Not to mention, guys, you know, you got a choice of colors on these. You've got the black, you've got the blue, you've got the white and the pink on these. I'm just going to remind everybody about one of my favorite features. First of all, they sound great. They're Bluetooth. They're going to connect with any of your devices that you've got out there. I don't care if it's an iPad, if it's if it's an Android tablet, if it's a laptop, if it's an Apple Mac product. It doesn't matter. If you're using an iPhone, whatever you're using, those particular earbuds will connect to them. And not only that, but they've got noise cancellation for your voice. Not for the things that you're hearing in the environment around you, but for your voice. I always feel like if you have noise canceling on when you're walking around, you got to run a really good chance of getting hit by a car because you can't hear anything. But with these, see, Lee's out in the studio. He's nodding his head going like, yeah, that's right. And Judy just said JBL is a fantastic brand. You're not lying there, okay? So those are still available. Enough about those. Let's move on to our next item. This is one. We aired this, I think last week we might have aired this, okay? I know we didn't air it the other night, so it might have been a week ago we might have aired this. This is our Hopple 3-tiered rolling cart with the wood serving tray on top, okay? This is very unique, and I say that as somebody that's been selling products on TV for 37 years. I sold a cart that was very similar to this, and it had a hinged top. Okay, now the steel on this is powder coated steel. So this is going to resist chipping, it's going to resist scratching, and it's going to resist corrosion. So that alone makes this something for $159.99. It should probably cost more than that. But the one I sold had the top that was hinged. So basically when you took the top off to close it, that was the only time you took the top off on that one. You couldn't use the cart. It was unusable if the top wasn't on it because the top was attached to it, okay? This one has 3 shelves built into it, so you do not have to use this top with it if you don't want to. Each one of these shelves holds 75 pounds. So you're talking about a 225-pound weight capacity that you could put on here if you wanted to use this in your kitchen and put your stand mixer on top and, an Instacart on the bottom and just, all the different things that you might want to use. You can put all of those on here and not worry that you're overloading this. You could use this as a TV cart if you wanted to. But here's the big thing. The top of this fits on top right like this. So it just fits over the post on this, right? This is made of solid oak. Actually, it's pieces of oak that are dovetailed together, but it's real wood, okay? The whole top is real wood. It is stained a beautiful walnut color because the darker color we find goes with more decors out there. So folks love that. The handles on the side of this are metal handles. So this is all metal. This is all real wood. The bottom of this is all powder coated steel. This is an incredibly well-made piece that you're buying right now for $159.99. You want to hear what's crazy about this? $159.99. And when we say that we ship this for free, the wooden top and the base ship separately. You get them at the same time, but they ship in 2 separate boxes. So that's 2 things that we're shipping to you. Why? We don't want the metal to scratch the wood. That's it. It's very, very simple. Now, here's the other thing you can do with this top. You can use this as a serving tray. If you want to give somebody breakfast in bed, you want to do what we do with ours is we've got a big ottoman that sits in between a sectional. And we'll put this on top of the ottoman because really those ottomans are great. It's like, you don't know if it's like for your feet or for a table to put stuff on. But because it's fabric, you put something on there, it falls over, it spills. Well, you put it on this, that's not going to happen, okay? So you can use it either way if you want to. That's what makes this incredibly convenient. So you don't have to use this with the cart if you don't want to. If you just want to get this metal cart, the powder-coated steel cart, and use it for a TV stand or anything else, you can absolutely do that. If you want to use this in a different area of the house, you want to put it on a tabletop, whatever it is you want to do with this, the wooden top, you can do that, or you flip it over and you put it on top of here just like this, Look at that. And what I was saying before about 2 different boxes shipping to you, it's still free shipping, no matter how many boxes we're sending you, okay? That's the amazing thing about this. And the 75-pound weight capacity per shelf. One thing I always forget to tell you, and it's actually in the item description on your screen right now, is that when you buy this, you're going to get 4 S hooks as well, okay? And the S hooks, you just put them right here on the side on this bar, and that's going to allow you to hang things on here. So if you're using this as a barbecue cart, if you're using this in your kitchen, and you would put your kitchen, utensils and different things on here, 100% you can absolutely do that. That is the beauty of this, is that there's a lot of different ways that you can use this. Let's look at the one that's over here next to me, and y'all can see right here what a great coffee station this makes. By the way, if you love coffee as much as I love coffee, and I love coffee a lot, okay, go to our website and look for this. This is a Casa Brews coffee maker right here, espresso maker, actually. It is so crazy simple. If you've ever gone to those really expensive coffee stores that started in Seattle, I think you know where I'm talking about, and saw how much they charge you to go get a cup of coffee, okay? The Casa Brews is just amazing. Go to our website, shopsstv.com, and take a look at it and just see. But look at everything you can put on there, right there. Even all the way down to that air fryer on the bottom. Now, that is a full-size, massive Ninja air fryer that's sitting on the bottom right there. And I don't mind saying the brand name because I'm friends with those guys. And you can see, when you look at that, that's a big piece of kit. That's wide, okay? And yet, it perfectly fits on the bottom there. So you're getting a ton of real estate on this that you can work with, okay? That you can use for whatever it is you want to do with it. Now, we also sell alternate tops for these. I don't have any out here with me other than the one that's sitting on here right now, but we have 2 different color tops that we also sell. You're going to get the wood top no matter what, but if you want, oh, look at that. Kelly is just all over this. Those are the little ones, but we can show those. They're the big ones. Thanks, Kel. All right, here are the large trays that fit on the top of these. Now, these are $49.99 each to buy those. They are made with vegan leather. The cool thing about them is that one of them comes with a black vegan leather top, and it's embossed, well, it's actually printed on there, painted, I think, with what they call the Royal Bee pattern. And then the other one that has white vegan leather on the top has the Amalfi Coast printed on it. And I'm going to show you something kind of neat, because I actually have miniature versions of them here. I'm going to set these down here, because these are just little trays that you can buy. If you just really like the patterns on these, you can buy these little guys. These are also wrapped in vegan leather all the way around, and they are printed. That's what's on the big one that fits on the big table as well. That's the Amalfi Coast, and then that's the Royal Bee that I was telling you about. And if I show you the other sides on this, you can see how neat those are right there, these little trays. But remember, the full-size tops are the same. These are $34.99, your choice of either the white with the Amalfi Coast or the black top with the Royal Bee on there as well. Okay, so those are your 2 choices. And these, just if you're digging this, if you're thinking like, oh man, I love that Hopple cart, well then this is a great addendum to that. Okay, I'm going to put these 2 guys back here. There we go. Those are just going to sit down there for right now. But the cart itself is a great deal. And honestly, at $159.99 with free shipping, I think that's kind of amazing to be able to get something in this day and age that's this big. And this is not a light piece either. It's not like, we could just put this in a padded envelope and send it to you. This is a big, big piece. Remember what I said, the 2 pieces are going to ship separately. So let's go over this one more time. And actually, I'm going to show you something. You know what? I cannot believe that I got this far in this presentation and didn't show this to you. Here's the cool thing about this, and this is also how it's going to ship to you. When you get your Hopple card home, notice what I can do here is just take this top off, fold this up. Now that's how that's going to ship to you. Notice how thin that gets. The wheels, of course, do come with it, all right? And look at that. This will ship in a separate box. So you get these 2 things. Judy's saying that she loves the tops, especially the multi-coast. Yeah, the Amalfi Coast. Yeah, that one is absolutely gorgeous. I love when autocorrect does stuff like that. But you could see the quality of this. Now to set this up when you get this home, all you've got to do, no tools required, just grab the sides, give it a pull like that. It's going to drop open. I'm going to spin it around so you can see the back. There is a clamp right there, a little clip. All you got to do is get this over the top of that like that, and you push down, And now that's it. The whole bottom of this is solid. It's ready to rock and roll. Then you just flip over this top piece right here. And there is one little clasp right there, a little latch. And you just drop that little latch into place. And now you can see this thing is solid and good to go. You know what's impressive about this too is the quality of the metal on this. Sometimes I've seen things like this that aren't this substantial. Like I can tell it's not thin metal. This is nice and thick. Even the bars that are going across the top on here are nice and thick. Now, a lot of people ask us, why do you guys always do wire shelves? Couple reasons. Hopple does wire shelves because, first of all, it cuts down on the weight of the product. So when it's for shipping purposes, it makes it, you know, it's not as heavy to ship it. The other thing is airflow and water flow, because there are people that are going to maybe use this for a planting garden. You know, maybe they're going to use this as a plant shelf, or they're going to use it for an herb garden. I mean, anything like that. Situations where you do want airflow and you want water flow, this is going to give that to you. And don't forget, when you buy the cart, you are getting the top included on this. And this top is real oak. This is not Formica. The Formica, listen to me. This is not particle board. This is not MDF. This is nothing like that. This is real oak. You can hear the quality in this when I hit this, all right? So you know that this is a good piece. Now, Judy just made a really great point on here. She said several years ago, we bought a small side oak side table for the recliner, and they paid $180 for that. And that's 14 years ago is what she says. And I know it's over $250 now. This is an amazing price. Thank you, Judy. And by the way, folks, if you're watching us on TV, Judy is in our Facebook chat right now. She's one of our customers, one of our friends, and she's telling us, you know, and this is what I love about that, is you get real people's opinions and real people's experiences that you can hear here on Shop Social TV. And that's why we talk to everybody. You know, so if you're new to us, jump on Facebook. You know, if you're on Facebook, if you're not, try it. It's fun. Create a profile, get on there, and search for Shop Social TV. You're going to find us, and you're going to see that we've got this chat going on. I'll answer questions. I read the comments that people send to me about the products, good and bad, although up to now, knock on wood, and this is real wood, people have been saying only nice things to us, which I really appreciate. By the way, if you're just joining us, 3 ways that you can buy this beautiful 3-tiered cart. Remember, 75-pound capacity per shelf on here, and there's 3 shelves. That's 225 pounds of weight that you can put on this baby. If you want to buy this for $159.99 with the free shipping and handling, give us a call at 888-247-8712. 888-247-8712 is the number to call. If you prefer that, you know, you're one of those people, I don't want to talk to anybody, go to our website, shopsstv.com, okay? And not only will you see this there, but you'll see all the products that we offer. And we've got a wide selection of products that is increasing every single day. We just got, I haven't even added it to the website. No, it's actually there. I haven't presented it yet. Maybe we'll do it next week. But we have got a solar-powered water fountain, which is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I was so impressed by this thing, and that's going to be coming up next week probably, okay? So, and other products too. But again, look how neat that looks there. Look how organized everything is. We're taking advantage of the vertical space in your house, you know, going up here a little ways. I like this because it's countertop height, so you could literally just slide this over to your counter, slide things over onto the top of it if you want to do that. But you could see that you could put a lot of weight on this. And remember, you do have the alternate tops that you can put on here. The Royal Bee or the Amalfi Coast, they're wrapped in vegan leather. The alternate tops are the larger tops that are the same size as this that fit on the cart are $49 a piece. The smaller guys that are down here on the floor, these guys I think are $39 or $34.99 a piece, all right? And these are the patterns that are on the large ones as well. So, you know, you got white vegan leather on this guy with the Amalfi Coast. You've got the black vegan leather on this guy with the bees on there. These are just little trays for $34.99, which I think they're kind of cool. I like these. I actually like these. There are a lot of people I know that have these on their side tables to put their watches and wallets and rings and stuff in. Then these guys are the big ones for $49.99. Again, vegan leather, same patterns, Royal Bees with the black vegan leather on top, or you've got the Amalfi Coast with the white vegan leather on that one. Remember, you are getting the oak top with this. There we go. Just trying to make sure that didn't fall down. You are going to get the solid oak top with this no matter what. This comes with it, okay? It's a tray, it's a top. You can see, actually, when I hold it like this in the light, you can really see the finish on there. and you can see the individual pieces of wood and how they're dovetailed together. This is, I mean, I'm going to tell you something. You get this home, you are going to be so impressed by how good looking this is. This make a great microwave cart, a great cart if you've got, you know, a Instapot, or maybe you've got a slow cooker or something like that. This would be absolutely perfect for that, to have this in your kitchen. Because there's a lot of people out there, I've never had anybody like tell me like, you know what, I have way too much counter space in my kitchen. Never heard that. Doesn't happen, okay? This is great for that. Now, does it have to be in the kitchen? No. If you're a crafter, you could use this as a craft table. You could put your Cricut on here. Use this in an office as a printer stand. There's a myriad of ways that you could use these, but the price on this at $159.99 is really outstanding, and especially the fact that you're getting free shipping. Okay, so I think we're about to move on in just a couple of seconds. I'm going to give you just a few more moments to place your orders at our phone number, 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712. Give us a call there, or use that website or the QR code. Okay, now, let's talk about a little bit more self-care for you. This is a great product, okay? These are the Polaroid sunglasses, and I'm going to tell you something. I had an individual, a gentleman, call me last week. I was just getting ready to leave the studio, and the phone rang, and I picked it up, and he placed an order for a 2-pack of these in black. These are the Polaroid sunglasses that are polarized, hence the name. They have UVA and UVB protection, so ultraviolet A and ultraviolet B protection built into them. And they are going to do the 4 C's. They're going to cut glare, they're going to give you better clarity, better color, and better contrast. And most importantly, they block debilitating glare. And that's the glare you're seeing right here that's so bright you can't see anything. Even sunglasses don't help. And especially if you just put on regular dark sunglasses, everything's dark. But when you put on your Polaroid sunglasses that are polarized, look what they do. Look at the clarity on the one on the right. That's what you're buying right now. And the nice thing about polarized sunglasses is that they get rid of the glare from the headlight, not the headlights, the reflecting off of people's back windows on their cars, or the front windows for that matter. They get rid of the glare that's coming off of water. So you can actually, if you're a fisherman or if you're at the beach or you're swimming, you can actually see down into the water. You can see fish with these, which is kind of cool. If you're a skier, they get rid of the glare on the slopes. But beyond the polarization fact, they block ultraviolet light, both the A variety and the B variety, up to 99% of that. Now, why is that a big deal? Because that's radiation. That's the stuff that destroys the dashboard in your car if you don't put a sunshade up. But it's also doing the same thing to your skin around your eyes, to your eyes themselves, if you don't have glasses that give you UVA, UVB protection. Okay, now, here's the deal with these, all right? I went on way too long without telling you the deal. The deal on these is that if you buy a single pair of sunglasses, one pair of sunglasses, that means one sunglass, okay? You're going to receive your choice of either black or tortoiseshell. These come in black and they come in tortoiseshell, okay? And I'll show you the 2 different varieties in a second. But when you buy them, you're also going to receive a hard case, and you're going to receive a microfiber cleaning cloth, which is very important so that you don't scratch your brand new glasses. Now, you could also choose to get a 2-pack, and I want you to notice something. The single pack is $19.95. A 2-pack is only $34.95. Now, if my math is correct, that $19.95 price, if I double that, it's close to $40. Much closer than $34.95. So you're really saving on these about $5 when you buy the 2-pack, okay? You're getting free shipping regardless of what you do. Now, with the 2-packs, the only difference is you have a choice. You can get 2 black, or you can get 1 tortoiseshell and 1 black. So 2 black or 1 tortoiseshell and 1 black if you want to mix and match these. Now, there's one other thing I haven't told you about these. It's like a really cool secret. I'm going to show you something neat about these. These are the tortoiseshell, by the way, okay? I want you to take a look right here at the side of this. There's a magnet on both arms of these sunglasses. There you go. That's actually a great shot. There's a magnet on the arms of the sunglasses right there, okay? Right there, Kel. That's good. You can take a look at this, all right? There's the magnet on the side of it, and it's on both sides of the sunglasses. You're going to see that same magnet on both sides, and it goes all the way through to the inside. Now, why did they do that? For this reason. Because how many times have you dropped a pair of sunglasses that you thought was safe attached to your shirt or your pocket or your purse? Watch this. As this side comes down, those 2 magnets sense each other, and they just close. Now, when it's closed like that by the magnets, this isn't going anywhere. It's not going to go anyplace. So I don't have to worry that I'm going to bend over and it's going to fall and it's going to hit the parking lot and it's going to shatter, which is something I've done over the years, maybe more than once, more times than I want to admit it. So if I take the sunglasses and I stick this in my shirt, at a certain point, those two magnets are going to touch and they're going to join, okay? That's not going anywhere on my shirt now. That's stuck to my shirt. I can move around, I can bend over, whoops. Bent over a little too fast. Oh, they didn't click. I didn't listen for the click. You got to listen for the click, Lou. If you don't listen for the click, it's not going to work. Let me do it on my sleeve, just like this. And again, it's just a question of letting the two magnets find each other. And there we go. And I just saw it. I actually literally saw it grab and hold on. Once you do that, it's going to grab on there and it's going to stay there. So now this isn't going to drop off. And again, it's not going to hit the parking lot. It's not going to hit the floor. You know, I'm not going to shatter my glasses. Here's the thing. I'm one of those people that in the past, I used to buy really expensive sunglasses, okay? I don't do that anymore because I was breaking them all the time. I was shattering them. Here's the thing, though. You have a choice. You can buy cheap sunglasses that aren't going to have any of the features that you want to have for your eyes, or you can buy a really expensive pair of sunglasses that has everything. These are the sweet spot, my friends. For this price, for $19.95 for one and your choice of black or tortoiseshell, or for a 2-pack where you can get 2 black or 1 black and 1 tortoiseshell for $34.95 and save $5, free shipping on everything, you're getting everything you want. You're getting the polarization. Polarization is actually kind of a cool thing because it gives you better colors. You're going to see the blues are better, the greens are better, the yellows are better. Look at this, the reds, every color, all right? More clarity. It almost, and that's why we call them HD. It looks like it's high definition television when you look through these. I mean, just the image quality is amazing. Oh, right there you saw it. And again, these aren't medical devices, but these will, help in the prevention of cataracts and macular degeneration by eliminating the ultraviolet light, that radiation that is contributing to that, okay? It's not going to reverse anything. It's not going to cure anything. Not a medical device. But you definitely want to get rid of that. There they're showing you the magnets. Look at the way it clips to his shirt. She clipped it to her bikini. There it is on a bag. I mean, and here's the problem, that you drop your sunglasses, they fall on the ground, people step on them, they get shattered. This is what happens, okay? And these are good-looking sunglasses, too. Let me tell you something. If you look at me wearing these right here, I like these because they're wraparound sunglasses, but they're not crazy wraparound. And the reason you want to have a pair of sunglasses that is at least a little bit of a wraparound is that, like, my peripheral vision in these goes out to right about there, okay? If I turn sideways, it's almost completely 180 degrees, okay? You want that. Because if you're sitting at an intersection and cars are coming through, I want to be able to see if there's movement on either side of me. So that's kind of a big thing. These are the tortoiseshell, and I think that when we're in the lights in the studio here, they look really cool. I like the tortoiseshells a lot, okay? So that's the tortoiseshell. Here's the black. The black is kind of cool, too. It's a different vibe, but I like the black ones as well. The gentleman who called me as I was walking out the door last week bought a pair, 2 of the black for $34.95. And he actually, his big concern was, are they polarized? I'm going to show you something right now. This is how we can tell they're polarized, okay? I'm going to come back to the TV screen behind me here. And one of the neat things about this is that if I hold the glasses up here to the TV screen, right? There we go. I got you. Right there, okay? You can see through the glasses. You can clearly see the background, right? But watch it, even the friends, you can see everything. But watch this. If I turn it like that, everything blacked out. Let's do it again. I'm going to bring it up like this. And again, you can clearly see through the glasses. You can read through these. If I go like this, everything disappears. It's totally blacked out. Now, why is that happening? Because polarized light is light that's coming to your eyes at an angle of 57 degrees. It's called Brewster's angle. I don't know. I think Brewster's the guy that made the discovery of what the angle exactly was. But it's when the light hits a shiny surface at that angle and it reflects to your eyes. I was thinking light and eyes all at the same time. But it reflects to your eyes, and that's what causes glare. So if you can get rid of that glare, but just the light coming at that angle, then everything else looks clear. And that's the big problem with regular sunglasses. It gets rid of everything. I got to put my reading glasses back on because this monitor's across the studio here. Yeah, Judy. So Judy in our chat says this is the only pair of glasses that she's ever seen with the magnets on the sides. Thank you. That's what I think too, and I think that's an amazing feature. And then she also said, "Cool, Lou, the next James Bond." Let me put these on here. Lou Caputo. What do you think? No, not really. But, you know, they do add a certain je ne sais quoi to the look, I think. I think at the end of the day, when you look at these sunglasses, they look cool to me, you know? And maybe that's just me. I don't like the sunglasses where they make you look like you're trying too hard, where they're just that extreme wraparound. These are just enough that they're doing the peripheral vision thing, which you need, what you want. It's blocking the glare from hitting you from the sides because it's got the nice wide arms. It's got the magnets. It has the polarization. It has the ultraviolet A protection, the ultraviolet B protection. You get the hard case with these, which is kind of a big deal. This is a molded case that is made specifically for these glasses, okay? And it's a zippered case too. It's not like one of those little snappy snap cases. You got a nice zipper case that comes with this as well. And then of course it's gonna have a cleaning cloth that's gonna be in there too. So you're getting all of this when you buy these right now. The price on these is just crazy, guys. Go online and look and see what polarized sunglasses cost. But make sure that the ones you're looking at also block the UVA and UVB light, because if they're not, then, you know, you're getting kinda, sorta what you need, but you're not getting everything with those. Let's go over the offer one more time for everybody out there who's just joining us. With these sunglasses, these polarized sunglasses, as I mentioned, you do get the polarization on these as well. They're gonna block polarized light. You're gonna get the UVA, UVB protection, but on top of that, you've got the magnets built into the arms that are going to keep these secure to your clothing or bag or however you're storing these. You're getting the hard case. You're getting the microfiber cleaning cloth. You have a choice. If you buy a single pair of sunglasses, isn't it weird that we call them a pair when it's just one? Anyway, single pair of sunglasses for $19.95. All right, you're going to get one. You choose either the black that Milton here is wearing or you get the tortoiseshell that I'm wearing. Okay, that's your choice. Now, if you say, you know what? I want to save $5. Buy the 2-pack. Do yourself a favor. 2-pack's $34.99. You're saving $5 by buying the 2-pack. When you buy, sorry, $34.95. When you buy the 2-pack of those, you're saving $5, still free shipping and handling. Here's the thing. You get to choose 2 of the black or 1 tortoiseshell and 1 black. Those are the set that you're going to get. So you choose, I want a set that's comprised of 2 black, or I want a set that's comprised of 1 tortoiseshell and 1 black, you know, and that's up to you. I have multiple pairs of sunglasses that I carry with me, not on my person, but I've got like a pair in my truck that I leave there all the time because I always forget when I walk out of the house to bring sunglasses. So I've got a pair that are in my truck. I've got some in a basket by the door where my wife Kelly and I walk our 2 dogs, Madge and Lucy. I have a pair of sunglasses there. So I don't have to go hunting around for them. I carry a pair in my backpack with me wherever I go. So I've got multiple pairs in different locations. And I can't swear that they're all as good as these are. And I know I paid more for some of them because, again, polarization, that's the first thing everybody looks for. And it's good. You want to have polarization. It is much better than squinting. It is much better than this right here where you've got what we call the debilitating light hitting your eyes, the glare, preventing you from being able to drive. Better than just dark sunglasses because they don't really do a whole lot of anything for you except make everything dark. You know, polarized glasses are going to do what you need. They're going to make things clearer. They're going to add contrast. They're going to make colors brighter. Details are going to stand out more. They do a lot of good things for you, okay, when you've got your polarized glasses on. And there it is right there, the 4 C's. Cuts glare, you get clarity, you get color, you get contrast. All those things. Here's Brewster's angle. There's that light hitting your eyes, causing that debilitating glare that just makes it impossible to drive safely when you're driving into the sun, or if the sun's reflecting off of somebody's rear window, because that happens a lot too. Dark sunglasses, not the way to go. Now the other side of this is the UVA and UVB protection. That's a big thing. Don't underestimate how important that is. And a lot of times you'll buy cheap sunglasses, they don't have that, okay? So I'm telling you right now, we're going to spend 2 more minutes on this and then we're going to move on. But I just want you to understand the importance of having a good pair of sunglasses. But it doesn't mean you have to break the bank. Doesn't mean you have to go out there and buy a $100 pair of sunglasses. That's what I always used to do. And invariably, I would break them. I would lose them, okay? Don't have to do that. $19.95 for a single pair of sunglasses, your choice of tortoiseshell or black, or $34.95, so you're saving $5, and you get a choice of either 2 of the black or 1 tortoiseshell and 1 black. Those are your 2 sets that you can get. You're going to get a hard case for each pair of sunglasses that you're getting. You're going to get the microfiber cleaning cloths as well. You're getting a whole lot when you buy this package. But you know what? You can't get any of it unless you give us a call at 888-247-8712. 888-247-8712 is the number you need to call to order. Go to our website, shopsstv.com, or use the QR code if you know how to do that. Take out your cell phone, point it at the screen. It's super, super simple to do. I'm going to take my glass. Oh, and by the way, these have the magnets as well. I'm going to show you the magnets again in a second before we go. Judy just said something. I got to put my glasses back on. She said her son bought a pair that cost $150. What? Is he made of money? And they aren't as good as these. You're buying the name instead of the quality sometimes. You know what? You make an excellent point like that, you know? And that's something it took me a while to learn that as I grew older, is that sometimes then the name, they pay a licensing fee a lot of times for the names of products. And that's not the case here, okay? Because you're getting everything baked into these, okay? Here's the magnets again. I want you to see these. On the side of these glasses, you can see right there, that little circle. That's a magnet that goes clear through that arm, and there's one on the other side as well. If I close this down, as I close the other side to meet it, look at the way they snap together. And you can literally see the one coming up to meet that. The magnets join, and listen. Oop, that one was really quiet. Oh, there we go, because it didn't join it. Here we go, wait. There, boom. Okay, so you can see how well those work. And again, the whole point of that is so that you can do stuff like if you're out walking. Sorry, Milton, I hit him in the head. If you're out walking, you want to take off your sunglasses. You just heard that clip onto my shirt. That's not going anywhere. That's sitting on my sleeve right there. I know it's like I just hold my arm like that because I'm trying to let you see this. It looks weird, but you can leave it on there, not worry that it's going to fall off in a parking lot, in the supermarket. You know, a lot of times, like when I walk in and out of places, I don't like putting it down my shirt in the front. I prefer to do it this way. Hey, Charlene just joined the chat. Hello, Charlene. She's here. Good to see you, Charlene. Thank you for joining us. Okay, we're going to move on right now to our next item coming up. Don't forget about the dash cam I showed you just a little while ago. This has been a very, very popular item here at Shop Social TV with so many of our customers. You know, this is one of those items for safety and security I feel very, very strongly that you need to get one of these, okay? Everybody out there should have one because it's your word against the word of somebody else that might want to stay out of trouble, and they might fib, okay? But they can't argue with the dash cam when they see that, all right? So we're going to move on right now to our next item. We introduced this last week, and a lot of people had questions about this one, so I'm going to do my absolute level best to answer you today. This is a live streaming webcam. It's actually made by a company called Logitech, which I'm sure a lot of you might out there have heard of. It's actually one of the ones they sell that's called the Stream Cam. This will work with any type of computer system. I don't care if it's Apple or if it's Windows. You have a choice of a black one or a white one. They're $149.99. I went online, I was checking prices, and the prices that I was seeing were somewhere in the vicinity of $200, okay, for this exact same camera. So that's why I'm saying to you that this is an amazing deal. Plus, you're getting free shipping and handling on here. It has a very, very long cord on it as well. So, you know, you don't necessarily have to have it sitting on the camera. Oh, you know what? Where's the other base for this? In the box? Okay, in the box. I was just told it's in the box. Oh, yeah, it is. Thanks, Lee. Okay, because I want to show you some of the cool features about this. All right, now, I'm going to say this up front, and I understand that there's a lot of people out there that might say, I'm not computer literate. I don't get on the internet. I don't have a computer. Because we have a lot of people that call us on the phone at 888-247-8712. They don't want to go to the website because they can't. Okay, and that's fine. But you got a lot of people in your life that do. You got grandkids, you got nieces and nephews, maybe you got children of your own. This is something that they would absolutely love as a gift. But also, I want you to think about this. If you want to stay in touch with them, if they're far away, this is a great way to be able to do a video chat with them, okay? Very, very easily, because literally you plug this in to your computer and has a very long cord, as you can see, and that's because you don't always have to have it actually next to the computer. It's actually made to sit on top of the computer screen, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But I want you to see, it just plugs into a USB-C port on the computer. As soon as you plug it in, it's going to recognize this. It's going to recognize it instantly, okay? Now, what's neat about this one in particular is that you can literally take the camera off of the mount and use it two different ways. So when it's in this orientation, where it's taller than it is wide, all right, that's going to be for a lot of the social media apps that are out there. And that may, again, might not mean anything to you, but you may have somebody in your life, a young person that's, you know, an aspiring influencer or social media creator. This is perfect for them. So it's going to do the picture that's longer than it is wide. But if you're using a lot of the conferencing apps that are out there, then you turn it the other way and it works like that too. So it actually works in two different orientations. Now, if that doesn't make sense to you, trust me when I tell you, that is unique. Oh, Charlene says her live stream is freezing too, which is weird because ours isn't freezing here. Very strange. I think there's some internet weirdness going on out there in the world. That's strange. So you got those two different orientations. I'm going to show you something else that's kind of cool. You can also, it comes with a second mount. Now, when I said it doesn't have to be on top of the computer necessarily, it really doesn't. It does not come with the tripod. I just want to point that out. But I'll tell you what, if they're an aspiring influencer, they've probably already got one of these. But notice the way I can put the camera on this mount as well and use it on this little tripod, okay? And it could be a big tripod, it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you something. Back during the COVID days, during the pandemic, when we're all working from home, I can't tell you how many times I used this exact camera. Because I've had one of these for years now, and this thing is amazing. By the way, I haven't told you that it actually records, or it goes to the internet at 1080p resolution, so high definition camera, and it streams at 60 frames per second. Now, the big deal about 60 frames per second is there's not going to be any weird trails behind people's hands while they're moving around. If there's something moving fast, they're not going to see like a kind of a weird trail going behind their hands, okay? So that's kind of a big deal, all right? It's going to definitely make the image look better. It's going to make the picture look better. Let's run that video, Kelly, if we've got it. I want everybody to see, I recorded a video about a week or two ago with this very camera. There's a microphone built in as well. I want you to see the quality of the video, but I also want you to hear the quality of the microphone in this, because I know a lot of computers out there, a lot of laptops, they have built-in web cameras. They're trash. I'm just going to say it. This is much, much better. So this is the quality that you're going to get from your stream cam. It is 1080p, 60 frames a second. I don't know if that means anything to you, but it means it's going to look really good. Not to mention it has a built-in microphone that is better than whatever you have in your laptop. And the beauty of this is that it'll work with all of your programs that need a camera, meaning you can use it with Facebook, you could use it with FaceTime, whatever it is that you use to communicate with your loved ones, Zoom if you're using it for business, Teams by Microsoft, any of those, this camera is going to work with them. Has a 5-foot cord on it, so you could have it a good distance away. And it even comes with two different ways to mount it. One on top of the laptop, as I have it right now, or it has a threaded mount, so you could actually put it on a tripod if you needed to. Not to mention the fact that this camera works in both landscape and portrait mode, which is used for Instagram, Facebook, when you're doing actual posts that you want to put up there. So you can see this is a great quality camera that you're buying right now. That's pretty good. He's got. I think he's got a future in television. But you could see the quality of that, obviously, on there. How good the picture looked, how clear it was. That's the amazing thing about it, is that the quality of the image is so good. So, you know, I think I talked about this last time I sold this camera. I talk to my mom, not as often as I should, I'm going to admit it, okay? But usually, you know, every week or every 2 weeks or so, I'll talk to my mother. She lives up in New York, I live down here in Florida, but we do it on the internet. See, Judy just said, wow, this is such a clear video and the sound is awesome. I'm telling you. I mean, if you listen to me, if you're watching us right now on TV or even on the internet, and you're looking at us, you could see, you know, I think that our cameras here in the studio, they're way more expensive, like 10 times what that cost, okay? And I have to wear a separate microphone. That's everything built into one device. You've got the high definition camera, you've got a microphone built in there, which in my opinion is so much better than anything that you can get out there in the world in terms of cameras on laptops, because laptops, that's like an afterthought for them. Okay, but here's the thing, video conferencing, video chat, all those things has become such a big feature for everybody out there. And it's not just people like us. Like right now, I'm on Facebook. Judy just said she thinks I might have a job in TV too. Thanks, Judy. Appreciate that. But it's not just about the video conferencing for work anymore, because there's so many people I know that are still working remotely from home because, people at different companies realize, we don't need to be spending all this money in office space if we rotate employees and they come in for like 6 days a month or, whatever it is, they work from home. Well, but everybody wants to do video conferencing. And I don't care if it's like, WebEx that they want to do with, if it's Microsoft Teams they want to do with, if it's a Zoom call, if it's Google Meet, FaceTime, any of those things. This is the way you want to do it. You want to be that person who's got the clear audio and the clear video, especially in a professional environment. Now, if you're retired, you're not working anymore, think about talking to the kids, the grandkids, the nieces and nephews, okay? Because I'll tell you something, they know the difference. And if you're talking to them with a camera that looks like, it can still get the Dumont network, if you know what I'm talking about. If you're old enough to remember that, that, what I'm talking about when I'm talking about quality. So if it's from, a million years ago, your camera, your laptop, just plug this in. And it's like upgrading the camera alone, giving you, that 2025 look. You're going to have the better picture. You're going to have the better audio. And remember, you get a choice. I have 2 black ones here, but you get a choice. You could have a black one or you could have a white one. A lot of people that own Apple products tend to go for the white. And a lot of folks out there that have Windows products tend to go for the black, okay? But it'll work with either one. It's very, very cool. Now, when you get this, it does come with instructions. Now, again, it's plug and play. You don't have to read the instructions. You plug it in, your laptop or your computer is going to find the camera. So you don't have to do anything. That's number one. But let's say you're like me and you like to futz. You like to mess around with things. You're always wanting to tweak things and make them a little bit better, okay? You can 100% do that because there's an app that you can download to your computer and use that to get into the camera and change settings within the camera. It'll even help you if you just want to record videos and you don't want to like stream, you can do that. But this is a great streaming camera, hence the name StreamCam. All right. And again, 2 different orientations on this. And actually I've got these 2 and I think they're both, are they in the same orientation or different? I think they're the same. I'm going to change them. Okay, watch this. So one of them can be wide like that, or tall rather, and one of them is wide. Now I'll show you the difference. Let me just angle these toward the camera. See the difference right there? So this is your landscape mode, that's your portrait mode, okay? This is going to be for all of those online chats and things like that you're going to do with work for Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, FaceTime. It's going to be in this orientation. But then if you've got people out there, the young ones that want to be influencers, this is how they're going to do it for Instagram, for Twitch, TikTok, all those things. They like this aspect ratio, but this is one of the only webcams I know of that's a legitimate webcam that will do this without going into something like crazy, crazy expensive. Now, Judy just made a great point. Again, Judy's making a lot of good points tonight. She said some people make a lot of money doing videos online, and it's true. There are people out there that do make a lot of money doing videos online. That's the cool thing. Now, what I'm demonstrating here is the 2 different ways you can mount this. Imagine that this is the screen of your laptop. This is the actual screen, so this is going to be facing you. This just clips right on like this, and this is adjustable. So no matter what size your laptop is or what angle you've got your screen at, you just put that in place. There's actually rubber on this foot on the back here, so it's not going to scratch the back of your laptop. And then this part is adjustable. Notice I can angle that down, I can bring that up. I mean, and it's funny because people will shoot instructional videos with these because the quality is so good. And if you're doing a cooking recipe, you might want to angle that down so you can see what you're cooking on your stovetop. Or you could put it back like this. Hey, here's a neat thing too. And this is something that's kind of a little bit of a secret. By the way, you do get the 2 different mounts as well. This one is for like your computer, but this one, notice it's on a little tripod. Tripod not included. But you do get the mount that you can put on the tripod if you've got that budding creator out there that wants to get that. Now, I was starting to say this. Remember before when I was talking about the software? Don't need it. Don't have to use it. This is plug and play. But if you do like to tweak things like I do, okay? It does give you the ability to switch between two cameras. So if you, let's say, bought 2 of these right now for $149.99, essentially you're getting a TV studio because you can switch between the 2 cameras if you just download the software, or if you give it to the grandkids, the nieces, nephews, or whoever. You give them 2 of these, they plug both of them into the same computer. Now, with that software, they could sit there, record a video. Let's say that they want to do a trick shot, video. Maybe that's their thing. It's very popular on YouTube, kids doing trick shots, right? You could do that. Maybe they want to try and sell stuff on TikTok. They could do that with these, but you can switch between the 2 cameras if you have the software, okay? But again, these are totally plug and play. If you're buying it for yourself and you're not like terribly computer literate, don't worry about it. They're plug and play. They're super simple. They're $149.99. And as I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned this, when I bought mine, it was closer to $200. And the best price I saw on these, I think the other day I checked, was about $30 more than what we're asking here. Okay, and we give you free shipping on these. They come with the 5-foot cord. They work with Mac. They work with Windows. They work with any of those. This is just an amazing offer here at Shop Social TV. Now, let's move on. Our next item, this has been crazy popular. Remember before when I was talking about different products that we sold here and how some of them are taking a little bit longer to get delivered? This one, unfortunately, is one of them, but my friends, this is totally worth the wait, okay? And I'm not saying it's like, months from now. I'm just talking about a couple weeks, just because so many people are ordering these and they're just having to pump them out like crazy. This is the anti-theft chest bag. It is really ultra thin, but we got this thing loaded down right now. You're going to see this in a second. This is only $24.99. You get your choice of colors. We've got black, we've got blue, and we've got the gray, which is the color that I have here with me. Free shipping on these as well. This is made from a really heavy gauge denier nylon. Okay, so that means that you're going to be able to take these, and it has like that same feel as a piece of luggage because it's that kind of thickness on here. All right, has a nice long strap on here, as you can see right there. Very, very long strap that's on here that is fully adjustable. So if you're taller, if you're smaller, you can just slide the metal rings on here and move that to whatever position is comfortable for you. Nice wide straps too. The actual strap that goes across your shoulders and your chest is padded. There's even a strip of reflective material on there as well, so when the light hits that in the dark, cars coming at you are going to be able to see that in their headlights, which I think is a great feature. And you've got 3 pockets on the front and then a massive pocket on the back of this. Let me show you what this looks like when you're wearing it. Now, these are all the rage right now. Like, I can't open up any social media and not see these at the moment, okay? And I think it's because so many people out there, somebody just asked, is there a little Lou Caputo in there? We shot a video the other day with a little animation of me coming out of one of these pockets. And I'm gonna tell you something, you can just about fit in there because it is that kind of big. But these are just massive in terms of the capacity that you can put in these. It's super comfortable. And as I mentioned, a lot of people wear them higher or lower. That's up to you. Now, I'm going to show you how you adjust this. You just grab this ring on the side here and just pull the strap like that. And notice all the fittings are metal on this. The zippers are metal on this. This one's really well made. I was starting to tell you about how in social media, I've seen a bunch of these lately. Okay, and you can wear it on your chest straight up like that, or I like to wear it just a little off to the side, so it's almost like what do they call that, a messenger bag. It's kind of close to that. I like to wear it off to the side like that. It keeps all your belongings secure. I've been seeing this hearing this expression a lot lately. If it's on your back, like in a backpack, it's not yours anymore. Meaning, if you go someplace that's very populous, right? A lot of people, Times Square in New York, or you're riding on a subway train or any kind of train. You're, not picking on New York. I'm a New Yorker originally. If you go to a foreign country, Venice comes to mind. I remember when I went to Venice, we had to we were twirling dervishly looking for pickpockets because they'd like to come up behind you and get stuff out of your pocket, or if you're carrying a bag, they try to get that. The thing about this bag is if you're in a situation where you feel like things are a little dicey, and by the way, this is only $24.99 with free shipping, your choice of colors, blue, black, or this gray, you can just rotate this to the center of your chest and do that. And nobody's getting this. Charlene says, where's Mini Lou? My diet doctor asked that too. I'm kidding. Okay, but look at this. You keep it right there. Now, let me show you what's in this bag though, and I think it's gonna blow your mind a little bit. We're gonna start at the top here. So here's what I like to do with this. Top pocket, Notice it's got a snap on it for easy access for you. Not for other people, but for you. Look what I can do. First of all, I got a pen sticking out of there, so I'm going to put that down on the table. Then I open the snap, and we got a wallet with some money on there, okay? And that's right there where I can get to it, because that's probably what I'm going to be reaching for most often is that wallet. I open up the next pocket. What do we got in here? I got a full-size, big old cell phone in the back of this. Then that's a charging brick, a 10,000 milliamp hour charging brick for the cell phone. All right, so that's got my communications handled right there. Then I reach into the next pocket down. What do I got here? Car keys. That's important. Then we got, the hand sanitizer wipes. That's very important if you're out and about in a big city or you're going down to, you're in a foreign country. There's my room key for my hotel. And then here's a pair of earbuds. Not the ones we were selling. I got to start carrying those with me. But the pair of earbuds that I've got in there as well. But wait a minute, I'm not done. There's another pocket on the back of this. This is so cool. Look at this. Full-size eyeglass case. Now, it could be sunglasses. This just happens to be for prescription glasses. We know how big those things are. Let me get back here. There's a map. Got to have that if you're a tourist, right? And then, and it's nice not to put that stuff in your pockets. Anything else back here? Nope, that was it for the back. Now, this is what it looks like when there's nothing in it. It is very, very slim. You can see that. This is very flat right there. Not very wide at all, okay? But you can load this thing down, and that's the crazy part. And look at everything that was in there. All of this was in here safe and sound, secure. I wasn't worried about my wallet. I wasn't worried about my cell phone, and I could get to any of these very easily. Had the car keys there, so those weren't going to get lost. All the hand sanitizers, the room keys, even my eyeglasses. So basically, it's like a little backpack that you wear on the front of your body. And look at the color choices you've got in this as well. You got the beautiful black right there. You've got that blue, looks like denim. It's not denim, just so you know that. It's that heavy gauge denier nylon, but it does have that denim look. And then you've got this gray, kind of looks like a heather gray to me. But again, it's the denier nylon. It just looks really cool. And I was totally impressed by these when we first got them in. And the reason being, remember what I said, these are like super popular right now. The zippers on these are crazy smooth, number one, but they're metal. The actual zipper is metal. The little pull on it's metal. I mean, everything's metal on here. And then look at this. Even the little rings that hold everything together is metal. I mean, they really didn't skimp on this at all. By the way, I should mention to you that the shoulder pad, I talked about this earlier, this is padded, and then so is the back of the entire bag right here. And there is a divider inside of this. I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can kind of see what the inside of that looks like. But there's a divider in here as well. So if you put stuff in here, you can put it on one side or the other side of this. It's actually two chambers in there. And it is padded on the back. So when you're putting stuff in here, it's not going to be, rubbing up against your body. So if I start putting stuff back in here, starting at the back, we're just going to put this in here, and I'm going to angle that in, just like that. Fits perfectly. Aha! There we go. It went into the wrong compartment, but now it's in the right compartment, just like that. Real simple to do. Okay, so that's in there. Then we're going to take our eyeglasses. We're going to put that in the same place, just like that. Real simple. See? Now let's work our way down. I'm going to put my wallet in. I'm going to put my pen back. Okay, so I know where those things are. Now, because I am that kind of safety-conscious guy, I'm going to button that, make sure nobody's getting in there. Then I believe I had my cell phone in here, and I had the charging brick in there as well. That's one of those wireless chargers. Judy says it's so much safer than putting things in your pocket. A pickpocket can be sneaky, but not with this bag. And that's the whole point right there. Thank you for driving that home, because that is 100% correct. Now, in the bottom one here, I'm going to put in my sanitizing wipes in this guy, just like that. We're going to jam that in there. There we go. That fits just fine. I'm going to put my room key in here. I'm going to put in my earbuds, because I like to listen to music when I'm traveling. And then I'm going to put my keys on top like this. And you get all of that in this bag real easy, just like that. And then you just zip this shut. And you're going to be amazed. Look at this. Get in there. There we go. Look at that. how simple that is to put in there. And, you know, sometimes it's hard for me to do this upside down and backwards because let's face it, if you're out and about, you're never going to be doing it like taking everything out at one time, okay? Usually it's just like, oh, I need to get my phone, and you're just reaching in here and bam, there's the cell phone. You know what I'm saying? It's like right there in front of you. Or I'm like, okay, I got to pay for something. Let me get my wallet, you know. Oh, that's right up here. Boom. And I pull my wallet out just like this. I mean, so everything's right there. But to Judy's point a second ago, yeah, a pickpocket, it's really, anything behind me, as they say, is not mine anymore, okay? It belongs to somebody else at that point because you can't keep an eye on it, all right? And the pickpockets are really good, especially if you're wearing a backpack or like one of those slings on your back, a shoulder bag or something like that. They can get into that all day long. If it's on my side like this, they've got to somehow get around to my front because notice all the zippers are right here. They're all right here. So they can't really get at these, okay? It's going to be much, much harder. And again, if I'm in a situation where my spider senses are tingling, I'm going to roll this around to the front like that. And I'm just going to put my hands on there. Get in there, pen. I'm going to put my hands on there just like that. And now nobody's getting into this bag unless they want to tussle with Lou. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to happen, okay? It makes me safe. It makes me secure. Now, personally, I really, really like the gray. A lot of people out there, they want the denim. Get the denim. Get that blue color. It's not real denim, but it is that denier nylon that looks like denim. Or get the black one. They all have that strip on them. If you see it there on the shoulder strap, that's reflective material. So that is actually going to pick up headlights or street lights or whatever kind of lights are hitting that. It's going to reflect back at people and cars, and they're going to know you're there. These are only $24.99. Now, I was talking about how I saw these online and been all over the place. I can't open up Facebook or Instagram or anything without seeing an ad for these, okay? The interesting thing about them is the price. Like, I think ours is really high quality, but the prices I've been seeing out there, $24.99 here, I've been seeing them for $34.99 to start, $37.99, all the way up to like $60. And I'm like, what are you people doing out there? That's just crazy. And they include shipping. This is free shipping here at Shop Social TV. So just for $24.99. Now, if you got those kids, the grandkids, the nieces and nephews, anybody out there that's in school, they're in college, okay? This is a great gift for them, walking around on campus, going out with their friends at night, you know, just out and about, just doing what they do. This is a great tool that they should have because they're going to be able to do it confidently. And again, I only put it on the front of my chest when I'm starting to feel a little hinky. Things are, you know, a little weird around this place, all right? That's when I'm going to do that. Most of the time, put it on the side, just like that. I always cant it a little bit toward the front, but it's very comfortable. Like, you don't really feel it because it's distributing the weight all the way around here. Kathy says, Lou, no one would mess around with you. You would always win. You know? I always feel like it's a bad idea to mess around with the retired cop. But anyway, that's just me. But then take a look at this. Let's talk about how big this is, the dimensions on this guy. So it's 11.5 inches top to bottom. So that would be from the tallest point here to the bottom of the bag is 11.5 inches. And it's 9.5 from side to side down here from the wide parts. There, 9.5 inches going across this way. It's so weird to do this. Like, I'm looking at a monitor trying to do this. So 9.5, here, you know what? I'm going to take it off. Hang on a second. This will make it easier. And notice it's not hard to take on or off either. Okay, here we go. All right, so from here to here, 11.5, 11.5 this way, and then 9.5 that way, 11.5 by 9.5. This is how much stuff you can put in this. And you saw this was like pancake flat when I took everything out of here. So you could see you can really stuff this again. And if you're just joining this, yeah, Judy says it's a built-in armrest. Actually, that's kind of funny because that's what I do is I'll just like hold my arm on top of that. Let me take everything out of here again. I'm going to start at the back this time. So big pocket in the back, and it does have a divider in there. Full-size eyeglass case is in there, okay? We've got our tourist map that I put in there as well. I think that's all that's in that pocket. Usually we put more in there, and we could. We've got my cell phone. We have got the big charging brick for that cell phone. That's actually one of those Qi chargers where you just lay it on there and it'll charge the phone. We've got a pen in the top pocket with the snap. We've got the wallet that's in here. The little billfold that fits in there with my money. Ooh, my money went sideways. That's my money. Okay. Then we come down to the bottom pocket here. And remember, metal zippers, metal pulls. We've got the car keys. We got the room key for the hotel. We've got a pair of earbuds to listen to music. And then we got those sanitizing wipes because we're in a strange city and people are touching things that we don't want to know about. So you got all kinds of stuff you can fit in this here as well. You know, that's weird. Everybody, Judy just said that her video froze for a few seconds too. I wonder what's going on. You guys, everybody, people in the control room, let me know what you're seeing in there. Yeah. Okay, guys. So we think it might be a Facebook issue, that it's not the signal coming out of here, because ours is streaming right along. It's humming right along out there. So I apologize for that if it's causing an inconvenience for anybody. But again, this is what the bag looks like. Now notice, you saw how fat that was just a few seconds ago? Look how narrow that is right now. And by the way, if you're one of the people out there that's watching us on TV and you're like, who in the world is he talking to? Why does he keep talking about Facebook? Because our name is Shop Social TV. So we are simulcasting. That means we're broadcasting at the same time on Facebook and YouTube, as well as on television. And we do have people that are in a Facebook chat right now, and they can talk to us. They just type in their comments. I can read them. They're right here in front of me on a TV screen. I can read everything. Judy says it was just for a couple seconds. That makes me feel a little bit better. Thank you, Judy. But I can talk to you. You can talk to me, and we can talk about the products. Yeah, and Charlene says she has to keep going out of Facebook and coming back on again. Yeah, see that? That shouldn't be happening. So we'll look into that. We'll see what's going on with that. But if you're watching us on TV, give us a call at 888-247-8712. 888-247-8712. Place your orders right now. At $24.99, how many kids you got? How many grandkids do you have? You know, because you could give this to them, and this would make an amazing gift. And your choice of colors in these as well. What's their favorite color? Is it black? Is it blue? Or is it this beautiful gray? I like the gray. I feel like the gray goes with pretty much everything. That's the miracle of gray. But those are your three color choices. Free shipping on all of them as well. It's $24.99. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this might be one of those items that's not going to come in 7 to 10 days. It might take 14, okay? But it's totally worth it. Trust me on that. At $24.99 with free shipping. It's just that this is so popular right now. It's crazy how many people are just jumping all over these because it just makes sense. It's convenient, it's comfortable, and I want you to see something too, that it's literally spreading the weight of the bag. If I put all this stuff that I have in front of me here, this all came from the bag. If I put all of this in this bag, it distributes the weight across my body, over my shoulder and down the other side, which I find personally way more comfortable than a backpack. I always feel like with a backpack, it's just sitting there on my back and it's pulling back and it's just digging in there. This actually is putting some weight on my side and some weight over here, okay? So it's really distributing it nicely, you know, and it just depends on how much stuff you want to put in there, okay? So last call on this guy. It's still available on our website. You got 15 minutes to the end of the show right now. So if you want to call one of our operators at 888-247-8712 and place your order, I encourage you to do so. Judy says she has 10 grandchildren between 15 and 33. Can I just say that in that age range, they would all enjoy this bag, okay? So I'm kidding, Judy. I mean, they would, but I don't expect anybody to buy that many. All right, now we're gonna move on to our next item. I just wanna remind everybody, we had something very popular. Every time we air these, we get a lot of people calling in. Last time we did these, they waited almost too late to order them. These are the Polaroid high definition sunglasses. You have a choice with these of either buying a single pair of sunglasses for $19.95. They are going to come with a hard case and a cleaning cloth, and you get a choice of either tortoiseshell or the black, or you could buy a 2-pack and save yourself $5 because you get a discount when you buy a 2-pack, $34.95. If you buy a 2-pack, you get a choice. You can either get 2 of the black or you can get 1 black and 1 tortoiseshell, and that's entirely up to you, okay? Whichever one you want to get, but that's $34.95, and you literally are saving $5, and you're getting free shipping and handling when you do that as well, okay? So we're going to move on to our final item of the evening. This is one of my personal favorites. This is the origami adjustable shelf, okay? Now, if you've never seen origami before, these have been around for 15 years, okay? If you've never seen them before, where you been? All right, because they've been sold on TV shopping for a decade and a half at this point. I launched these 15 years ago, and I'm going to, not this particular one because there's lots of different types right now, but the actual brand itself. And here's why these are so popular and people love them so much. These are all powder-coated steel. You can hear There's the quality, okay? They're going to resist chipping, they're going to resist scratching, they're going to resist corrosion. So that means that you could use these indoors or you could use these outdoors. You could leave these outdoors. You can use them in humid environments and not worry that it's going to have any kind of effect on these whatsoever, okay? We used to sell these for $99.99, $99.99, okay? We dropped the price a couple of weeks ago and they've been literally flying off the shelves. Get it? Flying off the shelves. $79.99. So we dropped the price by $20, but we kept the free shipping and handling just for you, okay? So if you buy these today, you're going to get all of that. You have a choice of colors in these, black, white, or silver. Black, white, or silver, okay? I don't have all the colors out here with me right now, but we'll show them to you on an image in just a second. Black, white, or silver. Now, let me show you the magic though. So origami is named after the ancient Japanese art of paper folding. And the reason that we call these adjustable is because the shelves actually come off. Not only do they come off, but you have the choice of where you want to put them on here. So notice if I take this shelf off, I can move it up to the next rung because the sides of this look like a ladder. Okay, I'm going to move this guy out of the way because that's just making that hard to see. There we go. All right, so now you can see. Now each one of these rungs that you're looking at are 6 inches apart. So that means that I can decide how much space I want between the different shelves. So I could have them 6 inches apart from each other, or I could have them as, you know, up to a couple feet apart from each other if I want to. And they just sit on those rungs on the side, just like a ladder, and then sit there and take the weight that you put on them. Now, I'm going to take all of them off because I want to show you what makes origami origami. And I mentioned a moment ago it's named after the ancient Japanese art of paper folding, okay? And that's because you can take this powder-coated steel shelf, and just by taking these shelves off, and you can stow these just about anywhere, in the closet, you know, under the bed. I mean, they'll fit anywhere. But look at this. I just give it a little kick like that, and it collapses down to practically nothing. I mean, this thing is so slim. Now, here's one of the best things about origami. No assembly required, okay? Like, you don't need any tools for these. All you're going to do is just grab the sides of this, pull this open. Now, I'm going to spin around the back so you can see this. There's a patented clasp down here at the bottom. It's called the origami toggle. If I thread this through like this and just push down, bam, just like that, that is now ready to go. Now I just got to start putting the shelves in, okay? So, and here's the fun part. You decide how much space you need, because maybe I'm going to put something taller on the bottom. Well, then I might want to start with this shelf up here, okay? But then maybe I'm putting something slim in there, so then I'm going to only give this like a 6-inch gap between those two. But then I'm like, you know what? I do need a little bit more room on the next shelf. Well, now I'm going to give it a foot of space, just like that. And then I say, you know what? I want this one to go all the way up to the top floor. So I take this as high as it'll go, and now, because I know these are 6 inches apart, I know that this is a 1.5 feet. So there's 6 inches, 6 inches, 6 inches. That's a 1.5 feet of space between these, okay? But I have the choice. I can move this on the fly wherever I need to put it, all right? That's what's great about these. By the way, these shelves are perforated, as you can see right there. These are also powder-coated steel, but they're perforated for airflow and water flow. We're all about aeration at origami, that and vertical storage. But the aeration part of this is that if you're using this to water your plants, if you're growing an herb garden on here, if you just leave this outside and it gets rained on, water's going to be able to drain through there. Maybe you're putting, you know, shoes on here to dry or clothes or whatever. There's airflow that goes through there as well. So a lot of great reasons for it to be like that. Take a look at the shelf next to me and just look at how much stuff is on there. Now, you have a choice with this, as you do with all origami, to use the wheels or not use the wheels. If you put the wheels on this, we recommend you limit yourself to 50 pounds per shelf. That's a total of 200 pounds, though, that you can put on something that folds, and then you can move these shelves around. And Judy just said that the adjustable shelves are genius. I agree, because we've been selling origami for a long time. I feel like it's about time that we did something like this where you get to choose on what the furniture is going to look like, how you're going to use it. Look at the way we've got that collapsed laundry basket right there, which are genius, by the way, as well. And then we got all that space at the bottom there for the full-size laundry basket that's not collapsed. That's the cool thing about that. Like, you can decide how you're going to use it, what it's going to look like. Now, I mentioned if you use the wheels on this, you want to limit yourself to 50 pounds per shelf. Let's say you're not going to use the wheels because you're not going to move it. You can go up to 80 pounds per shelf. And then that brings the weight capacity of this to 320 pounds. So, I mean, that's no joke. I mean, even like the lower weight capacity of 200 pounds, 50 pounds per shelf, if you have a piece of particle board, I don't recommend putting 50 pounds on a particle board shelf. Pretty sure it's going to splinter and it's going to crack. I don't recommend leaving particle board outdoors, because if you did that, you know what happens? It turns back into oatmeal. That's what happens to particle board. Powder coated steel, this is going to last and last and last. I got pieces from 15 years ago, the original pieces of origami that I sold, that still look brand new. 15 years later. And we have a house on the water, and it's salt water, okay? So, you know, that will corrode anything in seconds. Like I can't tell you how many barbecue grills I've gone through over the years because of the salt air, how it just eats through the steel. But the origami pieces I have, no, has not eaten through those. They still look brand new, and that's amazing. And this price is crazy. $79.99 with free shipping on something like this that has the weight capacities that this does. 200 pounds with the wheels, 320 without the wheels. You got to be kidding me. This is awesome. And then, oh yeah, Judy said this last time too, I believe. She said buy two and use one of the shelves to connect them together. This is actually kind of a genius idea, because if you've got two of these and you're not going to be, this is kind of neat. I never thought about this, Judy. This is like your thing. And it's, you know, I don't know if you want to get them in the same color or not, but watch this. I can literally take this shelf and put it between two of them like that. And look at this. I mean, they're literally connected just by doing that. So if I wanted to just have like that extra shelf in the middle there, maybe I'm keeping my golf bags under here, you know, you could 100% do this as well. This is just a really cool little feature, and this will still hold the same weight capacity because it's being spread out between the two of them. So take a look at that. All right, this is great. Kathy's saying goodnight to us right now. Sending love to everybody. Thank you, Kathy. Thanks for joining us tonight, Kathy. We got just a few minutes left here in the program, and we will be back on the air Tuesday night. And for those of you that are just joining us here at Shop Social TV, we are on the air every Tuesday and Thursday night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. By the way, we're thinking about maybe going on the air earlier in the week, starting maybe at 7 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. Let me know how you guys feel about that, because we might be moving the time, and since we have you guys on Facebook chat right now, just let me know how you all feel about that, because I know 9 o'clock for, 10 o'clock for a lot of people's bedtime, or beyond your bedtime. So, if we can come on the air earlier and you think that's a good idea, just let me know. And I can make that happen, okay? But this origami rack right here, if you've never tried origami, guys, give it a shot, okay? And here at, Shop Social TV, we have a 30-day money-back guarantee on everything that we sell. And not only that, but with origami, you get a manufacturer's warranty as well, which I think is great. And then on top of that, we take all major credit cards here. All you got to do is give us a call, because we can't do anything unless you call us. 888-247-8712. That's the number here at Shop Social TV. We would love to hear from you. Place your orders right now. We still have people manning the phones for a while after we go off the air, like another 15 or 20 minutes. So we'd love to hear from you if you want to place an order on anything that you saw tonight. We saw some really amazing things tonight, too. We saw our origamis. We saw the hopple tables. We saw that chest bag, which I love. That's one of my personal favorites. The webcams. We had the dash cams tonight. We had the earbuds. I mean, we have just had so many products this evening, guys. And anything there that you saw that you might have liked, give us a call right now. You can still place orders. And here at Shop Social TV, oh, everybody's weighing in right now and telling me what time. 7 p.m. will be okay, she said. Okay, great. All right, everybody's weighing in right now. I love this, okay? But again, guys, my name's Lou. It's been a great 2 hours here. We've sold a lot of products. I'm glad that everybody's joining in here and enjoying the show. We're back here every week, Tuesdays and Thursday nights. Right now, 8 to 10 p.m., might be 7 to 9 p.m. in the near future. Not sure yet. Might want to be starting a little bit earlier. So you just let us know what you guys think about that as well. It means the world to us when you weigh in. And if you're bored and you want to go to our website, shopsstv.com, go take a look at some of the other products that we have there. We have got pages and pages and pages and pages of products now, and I'm adding more every single week. different things, fun things. We've got some really cool stuff coming out soon for some of the older folks out there as well that I think you all are going to really, really enjoy. And that's just a few weeks away. But right now, we're still talking about the origami adjustable racks here. Remember, the shelves on these are totally adjustable. You decide how you want your furniture to look. That's the neat thing about these. They've got all these rungs that go down the sides. The frames, these shelves are actually cut. You can see the grooves in the side of the shelves right there. Those are so precision cut that when this lays in place here, it's not going anywhere. It doesn't even shake. It doesn't even wiggle, the shelf. It just holds itself in place. 50 pounds of weight capacity on these with the wheels on here, 80 pounds without the wheels on each one of those shelves. There's 4 shelves that come with these, and you got your choice of colors. You can have black, you can have white, you can have the silver. Those are all on our website. You can go see them there and get a feel for the colors, but they're pretty much what I just described. Black, white, and silver. These are great shelves. They're going to look great in your house, and the steel on these, the powder coating on these, means they're going to last for years and years and years to come. Remember what I said? We've cut the price. I don't know if it's going to be a permanent price cut, but it's a price cut for right now. These were $99.99. They're only $79.99 right now with free shipping and handling, which is not a joke when you think about how big these are and what the size of these things are right here, okay? These are not little tiny things. Again, we can't put these in a blister pack. They can't go in a padded envelope and mailed to you. This is a substantial box that's going to come to your house, so be kind to your delivery person. But this is just one of those products, guys. I don't think you can go wrong with this one, okay? By the way, I just realized I never gave you the dimensions on these. These guys here, these are about 2 feet going this way, and they're about 18 inches going that way, okay? So you're talking about a nice size shelf here. It's going to fit a footprint that's going to fit in some of the smaller rooms in your house, like your laundry room, like your kitchen. They're going to work really well in the garage. That's kind of a no-brainer. Even if you want to leave it out on your patio because it's powder-coated steel, it's totally safe for that. Okay, so we're getting ready to say goodnight right now to everybody out there. Thank you all so much for joining us here on Shop Social TV. My name's Lou, and I'll see you back here Tuesday night at 8 p.m.